At the putting range, Huff gave me the 5th spot on the driving green, next to 4 other putters.
Everyone, this is Lisa. This is her first time jutting and putting.
Actually, Huff, no it isn't. I played golf in college.
But you've never putted the way we putt.
One by one, they looked up at me. Huff was right. Their faces all held the same look as Huff, and I still couldn't put my finger on what I was witnessing. Was this ever about golf? Today's technology is playing in 3D, but what about us? Are we playing in 3D, or are we living in a flat 2D state of mind? Hi, everyone. Lisa Heard It All here. Welcome to my podcast. If possible, I like beginning each podcast by sharing a special place in Splash City with you. But lately, I'm staying close to home after a recent experience that still has me spinning. The idea for today's podcast came from an unusual meeting I recently had with Miss Pink. Fuchsia and I were dining at an outdoor cafe at the putting range near Conformity Square. Fuchsia doesn't need to improve her game as she doesn't play golf, but she enjoys meeting with friends and colleagues at the cafe overlooking the driving green and invited me to lunch. Honestly, I think she knew I needed a little bit of relaxation since the retreat at the lake didn't allow for much time to chill, as you know. While sipping iced tea and enjoying the clear blue skies, Fuchsia and I small-talked for a while, then suddenly and simultaneously snapped our heads when a booming drum underlying a guitar riff swished by us on roller skates.
Vortex. Over here.
Miss Pink called out, and the man before us put on the brakes in an impressive 180-degree turn. At the sight of Fuchsia, he smiled and turned off his battery-operated amp, his guitar sliding down by his side. Ms. Pink introduced us as Vortex caught his breath.
Huff is on his way.
Oh dear. I thought he was away for the month. No wonder you were moving so fast. We are still waiting for our lunch. We'll take it to go.
Good idea. He's in rare form today.
Ms. Pink called for the waiter to pack our lunch to go, and Vortex took a deep breath and sped away. What's going on? I asked Fuchsia. Who's Huff and why do we have to rush out of here?
I owe you a lunch. Huff Pufferman owns the putting range. Where is that waiter with our lunches?
This was the first time I'd seen Ms. Pink lose her cool. Whatever was going on, I didn't feel an urge to leave as Fuchsia and her friend Vortex did. I don't understand.
If we don't get moving in about 2 seconds, you will. Oh no, it's too late. He spotted us.
Huff strolled over to our table and greeted Ms. Pink with a nod. I still didn't know what the fuss was all about, but I noticed a stillness in the air, like everyone was holding their breath.
Well, I went through hell. I am whipped from my trip. Do you think I look unstressed and refreshed? I spent 5,000 kernels on that bruise cruise, and all I heard was, Huff, your mood will love the food. Love it? It was dried and fried, and those lounge chairs, they're too comfy. I fell deep asleep and burned my tummy. Those dummies. Who's your gal pal?
Huff, this is my friend and colleague Lisa, but we were just leaving.
Did you see Vortex? I caught him earlier. He got way too close to me with his jarring guitaring. My foot somehow stuck and ducked in front of him, and he almost went splat flat on the sidewalk. Lisa, do you want to putt? I have a few openings if you want to work and perk up your golf swing.
It was my psychologist brain that perked up just listening to this man speaking in rhyme. As he spoke, I was going down a long list of possible explanations, but none quite fit. I was fascinated. And so when the waiter came by with our order, I suggested to Fuchsia that I meet her at the office later after my putting lesson with Huff. Fuchsia resisted with all her might, but I felt it was my turn to rescue her after what took place at Lake Wannabe. After Miss Pink left, Huff made sure to offer me his take on Fuchsia, saying she has gotten too rich for her britches. Huff was certainly annoying, but I saw him as a case study. I didn't tell anyone at Splash in the City yet, but I recently began outlining a possible book about dimension loss in Splash City, and this opportunity with Huff was too good to pass up. At the putting range, Huff gave me the 5th spot on the driving green, next to 4 other putters.
Everyone, this is Lisa. This is her first time jutting and putting.
Actually, Huff, no it isn't. I played golf in college.
But you've never putted the way we putt.
One by one, they looked up at me. Huff was right. Their faces all held the same look as Huff, and I still couldn't put my finger on what I was witnessing. Was this ever about golf? The first putter held the club as if it was a snake about to attack him, barely able to make contact with the ball.
Huff, can I have another club? This one hates me.
Of course, Morris. It doesn't like me either.
The second putter held his club like a baseball bat, forcing it upon the poor, unsuspecting ball.
Take that. And that. And that.
The ball bounced a few feet in front of him. He picked up the ball and then yelled at it again with another forced swing.
Go get him, Rem.
The third putter was a young woman more concerned with her stance than the club or the ball.
I bought new golf shoes. I can't get them dirty.
And the fourth putter kept swinging above the ball like she was swatting flies.
You say the world's got it out for you, that every shadow's hiding something cruel. But baby, the mirror's got a sharper view.
You know, Huff, playing golf is about your state of mind as much as your stance and swing. Have you ever considered giving lessons in that? By his reaction to my question, I wondered if he lived in another decade, maybe even another century. He huffed and puffed and blew my idea down.
So you say, but we do things this way.
Dives like a dancer, side to side, blaming the rain for the tears you hide. But the storm's in your head, not in the sky.
It was my turn to putt. I stepped up to the ball, took a swing, and delivered it right where I wanted it. All heads turned my way. Clearly, I was no longer welcome. And according to the looks on their faces, I now understood what I was seeing. This isn't a putting range, it's a pouting range. You're all pouting.
You act like the hero of a broken play, but your lines get tangled, they drift away. Cry me a river.
One by one, they all turned back to their shouting and pouting. The pouter, with the baseball bat for a club, put all his disgust at my commentary into his next putt, his ball flying sideways and knocking me right in the head and off my feet. Turns out, Vortex stayed nearby to be on the lookout for any foul play and was there to swoop and loop me out of there.
Cry me a rhyme, sing me a verse, blame it on fate or something worse. Paint your picture, black and white, but it won't fix your shattered side. Yeah. Cry me a rhyme.
I am so grateful for Vortex. Thankfully, I didn't have a concussion. The headaches have yet to subside, but I did obtain incredible stuff for my new book, so I'm glad I went to the range. Oh, and I found out why Ms. Pink chose that cafe. It had nothing to do with me needing to relax. Seems she and Vortex are spending a lot of time together lately. Honestly, since the incident, I haven't been feeling like going out of the office. Maybe if I didn't show off and announce my discovery aloud to head Powder Huff, I wouldn't have been hit in the head by a golf ball. But then again, it sure felt good to know that I still got it, and I don't mean my golf swing. Pouting is pretty 2D, and Huff Pufferman's putters are sure proud of their pouting. What's the 3D alternative? Not blaming everything and everyone outside yourself. In one word, agency. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Cry me a rhyme, sing me a verse, blame it on love.
Whatever we do to help bring vibrancy back to Splash City, we're doing it with a playful attitude. Play is key. It's time to take ourselves less seriously and play more seriously. In the Playing in 3D in Splash City Life Fable book series, Ms. Pink and her dog Uno, friends Miss Guided Light and Justin Tide, and mother and daughter Ms. B. Haven and Velocity share their stories of playing in 3D to mentor and inspire you to play in 3D. And don't forget to check out my Playing in 3D story too. There's a surprise waiting for you in the afterword of each Playing in 3D in Splash City book, a fun and simple way to help you become more 3D every day. We call it Bathology. What stories do you have on your mind when you wake up in the morning? All your worries, right? Bathology is a simple and fun daily practice that brings story, particularly our Playing in 3D in Splash City Life Fables, into the bath with a bar of soap in our hands, a guided visualization in our ears, and an inspiring story in our hearts. We can move from worry to wonder.